Hey, it's Emily. Two quick things before we start. First, Rae took time out of her crazy schedule to meet us at the venue before her show, so if you hear any background noise, no, you don't. Secondly, for all our New York listeners, Not Dead Yet Media will be hosting the Indie Music Network podcast live on June 24th at Keysmith Gallery, located at 170 Forsyth Street from 6:30 to 10 p.m. In our view, the indie scene in New York is back and growing, but not without its challenges. No one has all the answers, but we're bringing together industry people who are committed to supporting indie music and culture, generating ideas to support each other and address the issues, and working together to come up with solutions. You can also check out the latest art exhibit in the gallery, Edie 66, which is a rare video of Andy Warhol's muse and superstar, Edie Sedgwick. There will also be other contemporary photographers of Warhol's time from the factory and a live music performance. You can find tickets on our website at www.notdeadyetmedia.com, and we hope to see you there. I'll be there. Welcome back to Emily Spins It. I'm Emily, and today I have Rae Radick with me. Hey, Rae.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this and meeting you guys.
I've been looking forward to meeting you too. I was lucky enough to see your show, Iconic Women of Music, here in New York at the beginning of May, so I was really excited when you wanted to come on and chat. So in addition to all of this work you've done for your own, like for Rae Radick, you also now, you've developed and star in a one-woman show called the Iconic Women of Music, like I mentioned, but you perform as like a wide variety of iconic women in music, including Linda Ronstadt, Dolly Parton, Stevie Nicks, Tina Turner, Cher. How did you come up with this idea?
Interestingly enough, it was very organic and easy to come up with. So I've been performing since I was, oh my gosh, probably professionally. And I mean professionally as in like getting a paycheck and getting hired from clients since I was about 18 years old. And so I've been doing this for a long time. And every time I perform, I always performed a wide variety of people. And so as I'm getting older and I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and I was looking to do my own projects, and I was always a part of somebody else's vision. I was always the girl in somebody else's band or that type of thing. And so I sat down and I was like, I really want to start my own band. How could I do this? And then when it came to Iconic Women of Music, I was like, oh, this is a no-brainer. I've been doing these things since I was 18 years old. And when I say these things, I mean these icons. I've been singing Respect at weddings since I was 18 years old by Aretha Franklin. And, same with 9 to 5 and Man, I Feel Like a Woman since I was 18. So I have these songs in my arsenal. And so something that was really cool that I didn't think of until I met with a marketing person was the fact that this is a one woman show, because there's so many female tributes out there. And when I took this to them and I said, hey, I have this idea for a show. I'd really like to bring it to the next level. They were like, okay, how many girls are there? And I said, oh, it's just me for right now. And they said, oh, well, there are other female tributes out there, but usually it's 2 and 3 girls and it's just you. I said, yeah, basically I'm on a budget. And they were like, no, this is actually perfect because there's no one woman shows out there. They said the fact that you're an actress and you can change from a country Dolly Parton all the way to a soulful Aretha Franklin to Tina Turner. They said, we can really use this. And so all to say, it was very, very organic and something that I guess I've been doing since I was 18. So I didn't even have to really sit and develop any further than what was already in my arsenal.
How do you plan for a trip like this, though? Like, you have over a dozen costume changes. You have a band that plays with you in every city. You had a band in New York. I'm assuming that's the case as well. Yeah. Do you tour with that band, or do you find local musicians in every city you go to? Like, what goes into like the logistics of this for you?
Yeah. So in terms of the bands, I have an East Coast band and a South band. So that way, wherever I get a booking, I'll just pick, okay, who's closest. And so I kind of do it from there. I think eventually I'll branch out and do a West Coast band, but as of right now, I just have North and South. And then in terms of the logistics, I just wear a lot of hats.
It's a one-woman show, so clearly you're doing a lot.
I'm all of the things. And of course, I have a marketing team and I have a booking agent and all of those things. But when it comes to the creative aspect, which of course I'm an artist, I like to wear all the hats because I'm there saying, okay, I want to create a costume for Dolly Parton. And then I'm saying, okay, what color do I associate with Dolly? Yellow. Okay, great. Perfect. And then I contact a costume person and I say, okay, hey, Dolly's really into sparkles. I want these types of sparkles. I want these rhinestones. I want this kind of dress. And so I like being very hands-on with everything. And then in terms of the multiple costume changes, I'm just used to that because I'm a dancer. I was competing in competitions ever since I was 9 years old. And so costume changes are kind of, again, already in my arsenal, already things that I'm affiliated with. So it was really, they sound more intimidating than they are.
No, so it sounds like it was like like you said, a natural organic progression of what you were already doing. So that's such a creative way to fold that in. What made you pick these? I mean, how many are there? There's at least like...
It depends on which show. I think for the 90-minute show, there's probably 11 artists. For the 2-hour show, I believe we're up to 14 or 15.
Yeah, so I feel like it was at least 14. So, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I guess what made me pick them is the fact that I've been doing this for a long time and I know what works. I know what artists people resonate with the most, as well as what songs hit hardest. And again, I think that just all comes back to experience. The only thing that really took a turn for me was making sure that all of the genres were included, as well as all of the icons. So for example, I don't really have a lot of experience with Selena or Gloria Estefan, because in all of the shows that I've ever had to do, I was never the one that had to perform Selena or Gloria. And then I really wanted to make sure that I included the Latinas in this show as well. So I guess just making sure that I covered all of my bases in terms of soul, in terms of pop, in terms of 80s and 90s icons as well. But yeah, I guess, like I said, it just comes from experience.
It's funny you say you pick artists that resonate with people, because my mom was in town that night of your show, and she asked me what I was up to, and I was like, oh, I'm going to this show, and she knows I see lots of different genres and varieties, and I was like, oh, do you want to come with me? And she was like, well, who is it? Because she loves music, but like, she also wants to make sure it's music she enjoys. And so when I read it to her what it was, she was like, oh my God, that sounds perfect. Okay. I was like, yeah, this is literally the perfect show for you to join me. She had so much fun. It was a really good time. So you definitely picked like solid choices to get everyone in the crowd. 'Cause hot girls always win. Thanks for listening to Emily Spins It, presented by the Indie Music Network and Not Dead Yet Media. This episode was produced by Heather de Armas and edited by me, Emily Mills. Our intro and outro music is Hot Girls Always Win by Really Blonde. If you've enjoyed the episode, please support the podcast by sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review. You can also follow the show on Instagram and YouTube at Emily Spins It. For more shows about breaking through the noise, head over to the Indie Music Network podcast. If you have questions or feedback, contact us at notdeadyetmedia.com/contact.